Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Hearts of Iron 4, continuing on with my Nova Roma playthrough. And it looks like I have a new Alpine division that we can go ahead and add into this army and into this battle line. The tank I think I'm just going to leave as it is. And then I have the war to get back into, so let's go ahead and hop in. So currently, I have cut off a bunch of units of the Republican Spanish forces. We're defending here and attacking there. Looks like we're doing quite well and winning in both regards. And at this point, National Spain is for sure winning. Go ahead and jump into here. They're not looking particularly good right now, but hopefully some allies will jump in on here. But right now, I'm taking advantage of the fact that they're distracted. There we go. Got some allies coming in to this fight. Looks like we'll have these guys done soon. Ooh, got our research. A couple different research things. I'm going to have to change some things with production, too. I'll have to remind myself. So, as far as things go, I think we have everything for infantry. I could do some support companies. Tanks, unless I want to do heavy tanks, which I'm not sure I do, we're pretty much good. Artillery, I could do anti-tank. Doctrines, I don't think, ready for. I think I want to get tactical bombers, because right now we have a fair number of tactical bombers. I looked through all of my air forces, and as much as I have close air support, I have much more tactical bombers than that. It'd be nice to get the upgrade here. Otherwise, I'm pretty much good on engineering outside of radar, which I'm not really too concerned with prioritizing right now. For industry, I'm more or less working on everything I can. So I'm going to go ahead and do the bomber. But another thing I have to consider is the Navy. I probably need to start researching here. Now, I'm not sure with focuses what we get here, so it looks like it's specific classes. So, Soldati, Cyclone. Let's see what those are. So, Soldati. Oh, okay, so I wasn't sure. Sometimes you get very specific bonuses to specific classes, or in the airplane, specific plane models. And I just wanted to make sure that we weren't going to research something that we would have gotten a bonus on anyway. So technically, I would get a bonus on Soldati class, but I also get that bonus applying to the Cyclone class, which is the 1940 tech. And the way that these bonuses work is I only get that bonus one time. So if I used it on the Soldati class, I wouldn't get it for the Cyclone class later. So I think we're free to pretty much research what we need, because it does cover a few different eras of tech. Matter of fact, it also covers this era as well. So it's just light ships, destroyers, and probably some other lighter ships. So I'm going to go ahead, I think, and go with a light cruiser here, do an upgrade there, and then I'll just go kind of through this. And I'll probably, from here on out, make sure that I always have one research slot working a naval tech. Always. I mean, I might increase that depending on what else is going on, but always keep a minimum of one naval tech going. All right. Let's go ahead and get back into the fighting here. So these guys have just been wiped out. So I think it's time to consolidate my forces and go from there. So right now there's a force pushing on Madrid. And it'd be nice if I back that up, actually. And it looks actually like it's a Soviet troop, possibly motorized, because I do see a little vehicle here. So it'd be nice to back up the defense of Madrid. They have a river crossing, so this should be a fairly easy area to defend, and then we can depend on Allied troops to maybe cut these guys off. Or we can do it ourselves. Matter of fact, I'm going to take one division, and I'm going to have them... I think I have to wait until they move, because I gave them a retreat order. Okay. There they are. And we just tell them to go in there. Okay. So while we're defending, we're also going to be cutting these guys off from supply, weakening them further. As a matter of fact, we've got some allies helping us in that regard. Okay, now these guys are really weak, and there we go. We just wiped them out. All right, well, that helps. We've got another pocket closed off here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and move into an area where we can work on that. I might actually want to instead do a push on Valencia here and take out the port. This is a lot of open terrain, which will suit my tanks well. Oh, and I almost forgot the production. Production of new fighters. So we're going to want the C-200 planes now being researched. Not sure how I generated air experience. Do you get it just from researching things? You gain... This means that you gain air experience when your air wings engage in battle. If you have Lend-Lease equipment, your allies... Oh, I didn't know about that. It's possible that I gained some when I was in the war with Ethiopia and just didn't notice it until now. That's possible, too. But it never occurred to me to Lend-Lease planes to nationalist Spain. That would be one way to get air experience. It never really occurred to me. All right, so we just got our focus. And we have the AntiKerman Pact with Germany. So let's see what happens if we join. If we join, we gain relationship with Germany, but we lose relationship points with the Soviet Union. Now, one of the stipulations of this campaign is I cannot ally myself with the Axis or Germany in particular. So if I refuse, I lose relationship with Germany. But honestly, I think that's the right case. We're probably more than likely either going to be adversaries or enemies of the Germans with this playthrough. Because I'm going to go after Austria here. So I'm going to refuse them. The only thing that I am concerned about is what my relationship will be with other fascist nations. So we've got Vienna over here, I believe. No, they're not fascist, but we can just see... Are they affected by this? I'm sure they're affected by other things. Yeah, they're affected by us claiming things and having war justification going on. Oh, here we go. Here's a fascist nation. How do they feel? Don't see anything. Has the German penalty kicked in already, though? Yes, it has. So we've got minus 50. I might have to check that later because sometimes focuses take a little while to kick in. Let's go ahead and grab my own focus. So I want to get to Italy first as soon as possible, so I have to go down this branch. I think I want to go with claim on Yugoslavia rather than befriend Yugoslavia. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, there are some ramifications of that I kind of glossed over. So we're going to get some world tension, which is, it is what it is. We do get some claims out of this, obviously. And we also lose relationship and also change the popularity of fascism, I believe, in Yugoslavia specifically. Which, if we go ahead and take them over, that doesn't really particularly matter. And fascism isn't all that popular in Yugoslavia anyway. All right, so let's hop back into the action here. And get these guys moving over here and consolidated. So we can grab them as a unit. Okay. And the idea here is to push on Valencia. Now... I'm not sure if I want to go over the hills or through the woods. Or whether I want to go to grandmother's house. I'm not really sure. But I think we go through the hills rather than the woods. I think woods probably have more of a penalty. I could technically confirm that by looking at the units and what kind of penalties they get for different terrain. But I think I'm safe in assuming that woods is going to be a little bit rougher for my units. Looks like we have a little bit of a fight here. And there's a fight going on for Zaragoza. I'm not really going to worry about that. They're cut off from supply. I do need to worry about where other Soviet troops may be. It looks like we have some Soviet troops here. Because they're going to put up a lot more of a fight than the Spanish troops will. So I do have to worry about that. It looks like they're all down in the south. I don't see any. Now, it's possible I don't know about exactly where they are. Okay, continuing to push here. Hopefully there's nobody in Valencia. If there isn't, then we get pretty much without any fighting. No, there is somebody in Valencia. I'm going to go ahead and have one division come down here so that we can get a two-prong invasion going. Okay. Let's go ahead and push. Yeah, see, this is bad. We don't want that to happen, so I'm going to have to pull out here. And instead, I'm going to make some moves here. How did I get cut off? Well, I'm working on that. See what we can do here. All right. Want to put pressure on these guys to keep them from leaving. The AI is trying to stop me from cutting these guys off. Which, you know, this shows how much the AI has improved. That they actively work to stop things like this happening, but too late. I've cut them off. And hopefully the allies can hold the line and help me not get cut off like I did there for a brief moment. Oh, I did want to check on that. So, we knew for a fact Hungary was a fascist nation. Doesn't appear that we have any effects. Now, the Soviets, they don't hate us, but they don't necessarily love us anymore than they did before. And we're actually into 37 now, so it's going to be close to time of the invasion on Vienna. And I'm going to go ahead and add these guys into the White Army as well. And how's the White Army's training going? I am adding new units in, so they do need that training. And we haven't yet popped out another tank or anything, so we're pretty good for the most part. But about a month or so before the fighting starts, I'm probably going to want to stop that training so that I can get organization built up. That's probably a little overkill, but I just want to be prepared for when the fighting starts. And I might want to actually pull my volunteers out so that I have access to them. And I'm also going to want an assessment of how things are going. As a matter of fact, no guarantees. How is their army build-up? They're getting more units, which, you know, makes sense. Ooh, I have dockyards free. I'm going to assume that's because I just finished some production. Looks like submarines, if I were to guess. So I'm going to go ahead and up my destroyer and also reproduce submarines. I'm eventually going to get better tech here. Ooh, we have 2 different classes of level 1. I know there's probably a slight difference between these, but oftentimes figuring it out, looks like this one's slightly better. So we'll go ahead and take that one. And we'll produce 3 of those as well. Okay. Hop back into the fighting. We got cut off again, which is obviously bad. It also means I have to stop this fighting to defend myself. Alright, I gotta worry about supply here, so I'm gonna have to stop this attack. And also link up here. so that I don't get wiped out. You know what? I'm going to wait. Because there's going to be an attack here. Crap. Maybe I should have held them down. This is extraordinarily bad. Because if these guys get pushed back, they won't have anywhere to go. Come on. Hurry up, tanks. I'm about to get a supply route here. Come on, hurry up. Okay. Well, I just got beat back, which is bad. Alright, I have to find a way out of here, so... let's do that. I need to hold out until these guys get out of there so that I don't get attacked. Come on, hurry up. Anytime now. There we go. Oof. Alright, I need to back out. This is extraordinarily bad. How cut off I am from supply. So these guys managed to get out of that cutoff thing. And we just need to break through where they don't have any forces. And get supplied again. Alright, they're trying to stop me. I may get one division out. Alright, they stopped the attack here. Looks like I have a chance, maybe. You know what? They're giving me free passage to their port. Screw this. I'll take the port and get my supply back. Alright, so I'm back in there in my own lines. Let's push here. Thank you on that one. Okay. But the AI is really giving me a fight here. And it caught me in a tricky situation, and I was very nervous for a second there. Hopefully we can win here. And then I don't have to worry about how these guys are cut off. Now, they could get murdered here, though, so I have to watch out. There we go. Perfect. Ooh, that was nerve-wracking for a second there. I'm going to go ahead and have my two tanks here kind of sit on the port. Just kind of regain their organization. But that was definitely hairy. Okay, we're into February now. So, probably in March, I'm going to want to pull my volunteer forces out. There's a port over here, which is why I'm advancing. Okay, doesn't look like there's anybody here. So we'll take that over. Looks like Republican forces are getting pushed back pretty hard. Let's take advantage of these guys' low organization. Oh, they're already gone. Okay. I'm going to bring my tanks back over. And we can maybe advance here. How's research going? Pretty well. Okay. Claims on Yugoslavia done. Go ahead and get... Do I want Albanian occupation first? Or befriend Bulgaria first? I think I want to get to Italy first as fast as possible. So I'm going to go befriend Bulgaria, Italy first, then Albanian occupation. At least that is my thinking. But the one advantage of getting Albanian occupation early is that I get... possibly factories and things. But I think I'm going to go this route. I'm going to try and get to Italy first as fast as possible. Okay. You know, another thing I haven't really been thinking about is maybe switching over my general to somebody else. Like, for instance, the field marshal here, so that I can get him some experience. So we'll do that. That's something I probably should have done a while ago. And I'll just keep that other general in reserve for now, because it's not really important where he's assigned. But I need to get generals having more experience, because that is a real issue. Matter of fact, I don't know if that was the best general to put in here. Because we have this guy here, who's another old guard. And then we have this guy. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to use this guy, because he doesn't have anything holding him back as far as getting experience. So we'll do that instead. Going to make the combat effectiveness of this unit a little bit weaker, but again, it gives him experience, which is valuable. And how is recruitment going? All right, we're still a ways away. We're training up a tank division, and then we've got... I actually increased the Alpine divisions because I figured for the Austrian attack, Alpine divisions would be important. And how's the White Army doing as far as training goes? We still have a couple units that need it. All right, so what's the official day that I get this war goal? It looks like April 27th. How easy is it to remove volunteers? I believe it took a little over a week to get them back. So maybe by mid-March, so in about 10 days, I can send volunteers. Justify war goal, ask for military access, offer military approve, send volunteers. You have 3 divisions as volunteers. 3 will generate select divisions. I can return expeditions, but I don't think I can return volunteers. I don't see that option. So it looks like my tanks are going to be held up in this fight. Not the end of the world for the Austrian campaign, but I'm going to need them later for the campaign against Yugoslavia for sure. Give this guy the field marshal. And then the tank. I'm going to go ahead and make a new army and make that this guy. And we'll make them red. I don't believe I've used that color yet. And I'm going to set you to train just a little bit. And these guys over here, once it gets to the end of the month, I'm going to stop them training. Unless they're already trained up, which they're not quite there, so. All right. Let's start pushing on Valencia here. So I'm going to go for this port. Get there by fastest route. Then it looks like Barcelona is going to be the thing that holds out on us. Now I'm going to assume that we have wiped out Soviet troops. I'm not positive on that, of course, but... All right, you know what? You're going to come here, and then you're going to do that. So we get 2 directions of attack. Actually, let's have another unit. You know, I like the idea of moving here than going here better, because this way it cuts him off and prevents him from getting into Valencia. I have to keep my eye on this up here. Okay, so they're cut off. Now, I do have to worry about getting attacked from Valencia. So I have to keep an eye on that. Are they sending troops navally? That's interesting. Not sure where they would go. All right. I think it's time. So, come over to the White Army. White Army, you can stop training. And also, got another unit for you. I got you up to 23 divisions. Now, what is the numbers that we're looking at here for the Austrians? So they have 7 to 13 divisions, and they have 41 to 60 planes. I, on the other hand, have 47 divisions, 23 of which are against them right now, and I have 1,100 planes, more than that. I can also increase, as a matter of fact, let's take a look at logistics here. Do I have... Looks like I'm still upgrading units, and I'm still down on numbers, so there's not really much I can do there. I'm going to transfer all the planes that are here over into this airport. Actually, this airport, because that makes them closer, and I have the capacity to do that. And I don't believe... Oh, we've got fighters and tactical bombers. We'll go ahead and send them up there. And I think the other stuff is naval bombers, which shouldn't be a factor in a war with Austria because they're landlocked. And I don't see any guarantees, so it looks like this is going to go through. And I don't think I'm going to get any research done before that happens. The friend Bulgaria I don't think is going to happen either. Ooh, we can modify the government. You know I was doing something with fascism somewhere. I just don't remember where. It's probably Romania. Yeah, okay. Well, let's see. I like the research stuff early on because you get the most benefit out of it. I think I'm going to go with a ship designer here because, again, I've already said naval research is going to be important for us. And getting that out quicker, I think, will be good. So I'm going to go ahead and do naval research time here. As that's something I'm going to be constantly working on. Okay, almost wiped this unit out. Valencia is surrounded. They do have a port, though, so... All right. I I kind of like the idea of directly attacking Valencia, but not sure how good of an idea that is. They have 3 divisions here. They're probably fairly dug in. I think attacking here will cut these guys off, though, so let's do that. How's this guy's experience? 42%, not too bad. And I honestly, I think this is a good point to put a cut in the video. So more than likely in the next video, I'm going to start the campaign against Austria. As there have been no guarantees protecting Austria, I'm fairly certain, unless they happen last second, we'll be able to launch the invasion on Austria and hopefully do some good things there. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm still stuck with these volunteer units in Spain. Again, there might be some way to pull the units out that I'm just not seeing, but it looks like they're stuck there for a little while. Ooh, I got another Alpine unit that I'm going to send over. They might get there in time. In any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.